Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to play a Pauper video, a little bit different. You may have realised that I am on Kuldotha. I am playing Selka's recommended list that he sent me. It's like almost like a stock list. So, firstly, I've decided to do this almost like series where I'm going to play probably the next few videos will be like 5 or 6 videos. I'll be maybe even more depending on the deck. I'm basically going to do Teasdale learns. These are going to be decks that I have never really played before in my life, i.e. Kuldotha, and are very much not like my normal playstyle. I don't really play aggressive decks like this. I don't think I've ever really played an aggressive deck like this. So even though I know it's fairly common, I'm going to learn this deck. So that hence why I took the Mono Red Expert and asked for advice for a stock list. If you want a really great detailed sideboard guide and game plan for each matchup, I would really recommend checking out Selka's Patreon. I will link it in the description below. Highly recommend it. It is very insightful. And really do recommend it. It really did give me that jump start to learn this deck. So, with that being said, this is the list. For those that for some reason have lived under a rock and haven't seen this deck, essentially it is a deck that relies on Kuldotha. Look at that magically appearing window. It's a deck that relies on Kuldotha Rebirth, which sacrifices an artifact to make 3 1/1 goblins. From there, you can use things like Goblin Bushwhacker, which when kicked can basically swing for 8 damage total. These are all 2/1s. The Bushwhacker gains haste, plus the board that you have as well. So if you have a Tomb Raider, it's additional 3, yada yada yada. You have Goblin Tomb Raider in this deck, which is essentially a Goblin guide for the most part, especially if you lead on Great Furnace. Tomb Raider, it is literally just a 2/2 with haste. There are other ways around it with Epicure, Synth and Implement to have artifacts in play that obviously do wonders with Tomb Raider. We also have Goblin Blast Runner here, which is a 1/2 that becomes a 3/2 if you have sacrificed a permanent this turn. So this is where Seal of Fire comes in. It isn't obviously the best burn spell, but it is an enchantment that you can sacrifice to deal 2, and it's also a good way for against like Glitters and Spellstutter Sprite, where you can commit that early, and the burn spell just sits there with no mana cost to activate it. So you've kind of already committed that mana cost, which is quite nice. We also have Implement of Combustion, which is effectively, it was originally a Chromatic Star slot eons ago. Realising this card, obviously, you don't really need the mana. Dealing the damage is pretty much all you need. And it draws a card. Obviously, the Pierre de Resistance, the card itself that makes his deck tick, is Experimental Synthesizer. Hence why everything costs 1. Some run like 3 impulses or 2 impulses and I don't know, Seal of Fire or End of Festivities or whatever. In this, like these 3 seals are sort of like the flex slots, it seems. So, but I really like the idea of running 1-drops so that you can just, it makes the deck like it more flexible. You know you're not gonna, if you have that land in hand and you synth, you know you're gonna be able to cast anything you hit. You can play your land from your hand and you hit a 1-drop, you're laughing. So that's where I like this deck. And yeah, that's pretty much the deck. We are an aggressive deck. We're basically going to try and get our opponent from 20 to 0 as quick as possible. I got distracted there with a personal call. I don't know where I was at, but essentially I do like the idea that obviously the synth is basically obviously all the decks are 1-drops, so we can kind of go from there. So yeah, it really does, I think, provide some sort of thing to the deck, allowing you to be able to cast all these 1-drops. Anyways, moving on to the sideboard. Fairly straightforward stuff here. We have 4 End of Festivities, obviously the Mirror, and any decks that have a load of X1s. We have 4 Red Elemental Blasts to deal with the blue-based decks, like Terror and things like that. 3 Smash the Smithereens against like the Glitters decks. And then 4 Relic of Progenitus for all the graveyard-based decks, especially since there seems to be an increase in Dredge. So that is basically the deck. I haven't played a game with this at all. I've literally just grabbed the list and we're gonna just dive right into a league and see how it goes. So guys, I will see you for the first round of Teasdale Learns to play Kuldotha Red. So here we have a 1-lander with a synth and a Tomb Raider and a couple of burn spells. I feel like keeping 1-landers is pretty okay generally, especially with a couple of redraws. But I don't know how good this is on the draw. So we have... Do we just play... Do we keep it and play like Tomb Raider here? Then play like Synth to hit for 2? Or do we just follow on Implement? I don't know if this is keepable. I feel like it's not. It looks not. Yeah, this looks not keepable. So I'm going to say mulligan. Okay. This looks better. It's bottom of land because we don't need 3 lands. And then we're going to play Mountain Blast Runner. Right? Yeah, so let's play Mountain Blast Runner here. Because we don't need a lead on the 2-2 with haste. So there are Blue-Black Terror, which is obviously a really bad matchup, I would say. Would be my first initial thoughts. Then we can play Great Furnace, Tomb Raider, Implement. Solid. Falaji is not a good thing, and it's a 1-4. Ouch. So, with that being said, we have to... Great Furnace, Tomb Raider... Attack. They block, we Chain Lightning the Falaji. And we're going to Chain Lightning it over Seal of Fire because Seal of Fire can trigger this when they start terroring and stuff. I think. So then we'll play Implement. Brainstorm's fine. I can't believe this was a 1-4 as well. Like, what are the chances of it whiffing? Jesus. Terror, that's fine. That's a lot of cast downy stuff. Snuff outs at the ready if they need it. Land. So we'll go Implement. And then we'll crack the Implement. Target them. Triggers this. Well, that's a bit annoying. But also not the end of the world. So let's play a land. And then we'll hit for 5 here. Put them at 13. Right? And then we can just Kuldotha our land. This is a 1-2, but I think ultimately this is fine. Having the board spread a bit seems a lot better. Consider. So it seems like they are looking for threats here because they've milled over a Gangler and a Terror already. There's a Falaji that it also hit 2 more Terrors. Jeez. Galv Blast. Always good to see. So we can Galv Blast. So we have to use 2 burn spells on the 1-4 already. Unless we attack, so basically we can either lose a guy or we can lose 2 burn spells. And I feel like losing 2 burn spells is probably better. So if we Galv Blast this and Seal of Fire it, that gives us the Bolt. We can attack all out, hit for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Put them at 6. So we're 2 burn spells away. But we already, 3 damage plus a burn spell, which we have in hand already. Gangler's on its way. Yes. So, Epicure. Okay. So let's play an Epicure. Put them at 5. So this is a counter spell. Okay. 3. So let's send all out. Do they have an Unexpected Fangs? Okay. Go to 2. Right, so we do have Burn, but I'm not going to tap out for it as of yet. Because we don't really know what's Because they're still dead here. So I guess at that point, this is sort of fine because we can Chain Lightning here to force them to have another counterspell. That's fine. And then we can... So they have 2 cards in hand. They're still dead on board. The reason I Chain Lightning here was because in case they have Fangs here. But again, are they going to Suffocating Fumes? Fangs. Do they have Spell Pierce? Let's go! Woo! 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 We got there. Right, game 2. So, the obvious cards to come in here are Rebs and Relics. So, I think Bushwhacker is probably pretty bad here. Seems like a pretty bad going. I'm also sort of just following somewhat Selka's advice. And then 1 card to cut here. Probably Galv Blast over Chain Lightning, right? I guess it's an instant, so maybe... No, actually, I think Galv Blast, it's probably the hardest. We're bringing in Relics, though. So maybe not the hardest. No, I'm going to take out Chain Lightning. So that's 4 Relics, 4 Rebs. Rebs obviously really good at pushing through threats, countering a Tolarian Terror, the usual sort of good stuff. Fangs is our problem. Well, clearly they didn't want to face the music in the sideboard games. I do wish, obviously, we did get to test this out, but is what it is. See you guys for round 2. Hey guys, welcome back here to round 2. So looking at this hand, we have a Great Furnace, we have 3 lands and a Bushwhacker, 2 burn spells and a Synth. Looking at this hand, we're kind of not really doing anything. So I would say this is a mulligan, right? So you don't have any creatures, you don't have any Blast Runners, you don't have any Epicures to kind of get things on, but you have lands and spells. So I don't know if this is a keepable hand. I don't know if you're supposed to just keep generically okay hands. Like, I think I would like early pressure, but you do have card draw, so, like, we can just turn 2 Synth and play whatever we get, so I don't know. I'm going to keep this hand more for science than learning this deck, and we'll kind of go from there. We have a Bushwhacker, so if we do find something that's rather good, then, you know, okay. Well, we got an Epicure, and also we got a Tomb Raider here, so, and they got a Tomb Raider, so we're against the mirror match. So, where does that leave us? So, we want to play Mountain, probably Mountain Epicure, right? Yeah, so let's play Mountain Epicure. I don't know if that's correct. I feel like they're going to play Epicure here. We're going to Galv Blast our guy. Okay. This is fine. Lightning Bolt. So, with this being... Oh, God. Yeah, so do we just Chain Lightning play Seal of Fire here? Yeah, so we'll Chain Lightning this while we have the opportunity to, and then we'll play Great Furnace, Seal of Fire. I think that seems fine, because then it also maximizes the fact that, say we Synth and get a Galv Blast, we have then got Galv Blast Metalcraft active. That seems like a good shout. We have an answer for this, so I'm not particularly bothered. They have a 1-lander. Bushwhacker. So we want to Synth here, see what we hit. Kuldotha, something like that would be good. Epicure is fine. I think I want to play this 3rd land. Yeah, I think I want to play this 3rd land. Then we have Bolt up if we need to. If we draw a land as well, it's not the end of the world because we can sack the Synth and then still play whatever off it, which is great. I've got the Seal of Fire ready to pop and go for this Blast Runner. Huh. Interesting. So here they're playing their own Seal of Fire. I wonder if they're going to try and pop. No. So do we bolt this or do we seal it? I think we have enough stuff where we can sack this to kill this. We don't need a rush. Tomb Raider's pretty good. So, do we just Tomb Raider Bushwhacker kicked? I don't hate that. Tomb Raider, kick a Bushwhacker, send them. Sometimes you just gotta get in. So they're at 14. They found their second land. Okay. Bushwhacker on D. Pass. So let's pop this. See what we get. Kuldotha. So let's play a land. Let's attack for 2. So they're going to trade here. Yep. Take 1. They're going to bolt this guy. Okay. So take 1 got 13. We will Kuldotha. The Blood Tower. I maybe could have Kuldotha the Great Furnace there. That might have been a mistake. Let's hope we don't open ourselves up to end the festivities or something. No. So let's Bushwhacker kicked. Send him. I'm going to hit for a lot. Okay. Sweet. So I think looking at this, it's probably just like ends, right? I don't know if we want smash. I don't think we want to overboard this. So I'd say Chain Lightning's probably pretty bad, obviously, with the whole red thing. I'd probably take another one out and then take out a Bushwhacker. But to be fair, following from Selka's advice is the interesting thing here. And we'll see how that goes. I do highly recommend getting this. It really is helpful for me to understand learning this deck. So, yeah. Let's go. Let's see how we go. So, we have an Epicure and an End the and 2 End the Festivities. I don't see why this is a mulligan. We have a Synth to follow up from as well. I'm pretty happy with this hand, I think. I feel like you have this weird trade-off and then you just try and squeeze damage in here and there. So you want to try and get as much as for 1 as you can with the End of the Festivities. We will keep this hand. Obviously, if they have 2/2 central, we may struggle, but other than that. But we still have double End the Festivities. I also think being the draw is probably pretty good here. So there you get to go Voldaren Epicure Blast Runner. So we'll go Voldaren Epicure Blast Runner, Voldaren Epicure Mountain. So we'll do the same. They can then follow up with Tomb Raider if they want, because they now have an artifact. I'll attack for 1. I don't know if I want to trade here. I probably do, right? Actually, I probably don't, because I have the End of Festivities. So I'm fine with this, I think. Seal the Fire is fine. Bushwhacker. Okay. So let's... what do I want to do here? So they're stuck with 1 land yet again. So do I just Tomb Raider here? Attack for 3. Yep. So take 1. We'll play our land. And I think we probably just end the festivities, get rid of this. We still have a backup. We've got a Synth next turn. We have Bushwhacker up. Yep. This is fine. So, Synth. Tomb Raider is pretty good. Tomb Raider, land, end, send them. So then we can Blast Runner and Bushwhacker next turn while they're stuck on 1 land. They've now got 2. We're going to pass. Galv Blast. So Blast Runner. Bushwhacker kicked. Look at the board. Go! Whee! Kill something else. Take 4. Sure. So we've not quite got Metalcraft yet. There were 3 lands. End the festivity, cleared the board. Sure. Blast Runner's fine. Keep it going. And then we'll pass. So then we'll probably look at cracking the synth here. Even though we get further away, this is fine. They've got 1 card in hand. We've got 1 card in hand. Kick a Bushwhacker. So I might just take this too, depending on what they do here. Because the synth token basically blocks this. I don't need to just like use a premium burn spell on this, I don't think. Huh. They're also on a lot less than we are. So I think, do I risk doing this? Or do I wait till I get a land? No, I think I can pop this. I think I can pop this. So if I hit a land, it's just even better here. Damn. So this blocks this pretty well. Kick a Bushwhacker. Okay, it doesn't block it very well. So we're going to hit for 4 here. That's fine. We then also hit for 4. So we hit for 4. We have a blocker, but we have 2 blockers because we're going to play an Epicure here. They got 4. As soon as we get another artifact here, they're just dead. They're also maybe just dead anyways. 2 cards in hand. They're at 11. We're on. Synth's a good one for them. But they've only got 1 card in hand. Chain Lightning. Chain Lightning that guy, sure. Obviously, we don't have the second red, which is pretty unfortunate, but it is what it is. So they have 1 card in hand. I wonder what it is. It's just a Bushwhacker, right. Okay. No attacks or attacks? No attacks. Third end of festivities. Epicure. Epicure for game. GG, sir. GG. See you guys for the next one. Hey guys, welcome back here to round 3. We are on the play. 2 lands, got a Blast Runner, Seal of Fire Implement. I can't say anything wrong with this whatsoever. So, fairly straightforward keep, I think. We're going to just lead on Blast Runner here. We can use Seal of Fire or what have you to clear whatever they're playing. Hit for 3. Glacial Floodplain. So do we lead on Experimental Synthesizer here? Or no, I think we just lead on... Yes, I think we just play Land, play Implement, play Seal, and then get in for 1. We don't need to commit too much. Glacial Floodplain sort of makes you think FAMs, maybe Snowlander, but makes you think Tribe. FAMs. FAMs it is. So I'm going to lead on a synth here, see what we get. We get a Bushwhacker. So I think I'm just going to... I don't think I'm going to kick this. I think I'm just going to play this. So I play this without kicker. And then I just bolt here. And then again, I just hit for 1, right? Do I want to hit as much damage as possible? Maybe. I don't have a way to deal with a Faithful anyways, so I may as well make this bigger, right? Yeah. Let's try this. 14. While the shields were down. Another familiar. You got it. Chancery, bounce on the plains. Blast Runner. So let's start with a synth, I guess. Seal of Fire. Seal of Fire. Um, I'm just going to attack for 2. See if the block one will seal the fire it. They do not. We will play another Blast Runner. And then we'll pass the turn. So they do have a Sunscape Familiar available and untapped, which is scary. But they are only on 12. Effectively 11. So they've got 6 cards in hand, one of them being plains. So, snap. So, they have 2 mana floating. I think 2, 3. I think I want to actually Sealify this. So if I Sealify this... I actually think I do. I want to do that. I actually think I do. Or do I not? Because I can play so much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They could. No, I actually got this resolve. They untap. They have 6 mana now. 4, 5, 6. So they have. Okay, that's actually surprising. I didn't think it was going to be some sort of. So that deep analysis makes me think it is the modern age list, and not a Meetings of the Mind list. So that makes me think they're less likely to have something like Seagate Oracle or less copies of Seagate Oracle. Chaomancer. This is fine. Much better than what I anticipated. So we still are a bit off. Bring back the deep analysis. Okay. So what do we want? That is not what we want, I don't think. So I guess we lead on cracking the implement, putting them to 11. Because we want an extra look at some cards. Okay, that's not the worst, I guess. So we can shoot this. Shoot that. And then play a double Blast Runner. Why they're tapped out. Yeah, so let's do this. Let's attack. They might. I don't think they'll block the 1/1. They could, but I don't think they will. Yep. Because they could have been Galv Blasted there. So I'm just going to play a bunch of Blast Runners and then I'll pass the turn. And then I have an experimental synthesizer to get through, hopefully. Like cracking the synth. Preordained, sure. Fams. What a difficult matchup, to be fair. So I am unsure how to tackle this. Following. There we are. So we follow the great man himself. Stelka's sideboard. Okay. So do I want to lose Metalcraft here for that? 2, 3, 4. Go to 9. So I think I just do this. They all trigger. Give a boom. Epicure. So we have a 2/2. Let's send them. Whee! Prismatic Strands. Okay. I maybe. I guess it doesn't really matter. So I take nothing there. Block. So I play an Epicure here, so I've still at least got Metalcraft. I don't take the 1, however. So, pretty unfortunate, but at least we also know not to overcommit here. So they might also flashback this, but doubtful. It is very doubtful. Anyways. Double Sunscape. Okay. Interesting for sure. Seal of Fire. So let's sail 4, 5, 6. Let's attack. Whee! So they don't block the 2/2, right? Surely the blocker, yeah, I was gonna say, surely the blocker 2/2. No, but it does die. We can kill we can kill it with a Sailor Fire, I guess. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're on 1. Is that where we're at? Strands. Sure. So on 7. And we'll probably look at passing the turn here. Faithful. Okay. 5 cards in hand. I'm going to Galv Blast this. So the game 1 got 5. And then obviously they've lost 3, so they're out of 5, and then they win. Woof! We had a Galv Blast there as well, which is so clutch. So, following this, because I am very, very unfamiliar with this matchup, I probably need to see this in pile view, to be fair. Not pile view, like card view. Yeah, this. So, we need to cut 1, 2, and then cut these 3. Then an implement. I find this really interesting. That those are the cards that to cut. If you obviously, again, if you do want to check that out, obviously Selka delves into real detail on why that is. Obviously the Pyroblast are really good at pushing through, and then 2 relics is obviously just good at interacting, and we've still got an artifact count that's quite high. So let's dive right in. So I feel like this sort of hand seems bad to me. Like, this is a lot of burn and very little of anything. Like, you don't really want to be... Surely you don't want to be just relying on these rebs. You want sort of actual cards. And we've only got 8 damage. I feel like this is an easy mulligan. So this seems a lot better to me. So I'll keep this, and I'll probably... bottom... This is the artifact for this. I'd actually probably do the Blast Runner or the Chainline. Probably the Blast Runner, right? Or do I keep the artifact for in the Great Furnace on the draw and then ship the Epicure? Maybe it's the Bushwhacker, actually. No, the Bushwhacker gives early pressure. Maybe it is. No, maybe it's a Bushwhacker here. And we just try and go, like, full normalness. So we go Blast Runner into Epicure Kuldotha, hit for 3. Seems like a good place to start. So, yeah, so Blast Runner. Get a white source, I'm assuming here. Oh, just another island. Transfer. Okay. So then we go here. Epicure hit for 1. Always heal this. And then we'll Kuldotha these. Look at that board. Hit for 3. And then we can implement Chain Lightning the... So they're going to play Sunscape Familiar here. We can Chain Lightning. I'm assuming they're going to play a Sunscape Familiar here. They're going to play that, which is obviously a lot worse for us. Snap that. Yes. So we need another burn spell, but... So we have double burn spell. And they'll have a Hydro, I imagine. So let's Chain Lightning this. Let them Hydro, I'm guessing. Lose focus. Effectively the same thing. Let's no. Then we will attack. They'll block, and then we'll bolt the O4. Or they may not block with the O4, to be fair. Oh, they do. Okay. So take 2. And I think I have to bolt the 0-4, which now no free, obviously. Just to ensure that they don't gain too much life would be where I would say. Muldrifter. Just hard cast the Muldrifter. Okay. Galv Blast A. So I want to play this Blast Runner out. So I think I'll play the Blast Runner here. And then I'll probably Galv Blast this. And we kind of go from there. They're blocking for 1, they take 3. And then we're going to like implement probably. Another Sunscape's pretty brutal. And pay 3. Oh, they'll do nothing. There were 2 cards in hand. So I'm going to play an implement. And I'm going to crack the implement. Deal them 1. Blast Runner. Okay. And then I'm going to attack. All out. No, I'd snap. They're going to hydro that. Okay. And the block 2. So in second land here. So I've only got land hand. So they'll block 2, take 2, got 10. We're going to play a land and play another Blast Runner. So they don't have a lot going on. But they could easily draw it. Yeah, I was going to say they could easily draw something. They top 1. 1 being a Faithful. And pass it down. So they have a Faithful in hand. Faithful in play. But they have no cards in hand. Lightning Bolt. So we draw Lightning Bolt here, which is pretty interesting, to be honest. So they're at 10. They can block 3 and take. So if I think with no cards in hand, I'll play the Epicure. The Epicure does give me something to sacrifice to pump this up if I need to. But also the Lightning Bolt really does provide utility here. So let's try and find out where we're going to go. What's going to happen. So I don't think I want to block with the Faithful. So the take 2 got a 7. I think I'm fine with that, and I just bolt the God Pharaohs. Keep the life gain at bay. So that's gone. If we draw a blank, we have this. So we'll kind of just go from there. They've got no cards in hand. Let's see how we get on. They drew something good by the looks of this. 3 manas. Seagate Oracle, Archaeomancer. Jeez. Archaeomancer into Hydro, is that? Oh, they're digging for... Oh, Preordain. So they're digging hard. Right. Okay. They bottom both. And draw nothing of relevance. I don't think. Okay. We hit a synth. Synth seems pretty good. Just don't be a land, really. Kuldotha. So I'm going to Kuldotha the synth here because I can cast anything off this. It helps with this. Tomb Raider. Let's go. I'm just going to go ham. Do that, think later. So the double block there. The hit there. So do we want to kill the Archaeomancer? And leave him with 2/3? I think so. That's the most problematic card here, right? It doesn't even trade though, right? It just saves damage. Oh, they've got like a snap or something. A ghostly flicker. Okay. And then they basically get a flicker back. Okay. Then go down to 2. So they still need something. They need a miracle, I think, at this point. TMA. Into discarding an island. Let's go! Winning against the Farms. Let's go! See you guys for round 4. Here we are, guys, back for round 4. We are on the play. And we have a pretty good hand here. So usually, I think it's probably best if you have, like, say, one of these. to go. Actually, no, it probably is just best to do the same thing anyways. So on the play, we are going to lead on Blast Runner. I'm gonna play Mountain Blast Runner. Mountain Blast Runner, and then I'm gonna play Great Furnace, and then double what's it called? Tomb Raiders. Are we? We're actually going to play Blast Runner single Tomb Raider and hit for 3. It's just because it like sort of doesn't maximize damage, it maximizes threats on board, I think, is the best way to see it. And then we've got 5 points of burn. We're against what's probably Grixis Affinity, so they probably need a quick Crackland Shaman, if anything. So we'll kind of see. Oh, we're against Jeskai Glitters. Okay. That sort of changes things. Thoughtcast. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're probably just going to Galv Blast this. Yeah, so if we Galv Blast this guy, then we play a Tomb Raider, then we play a land, and then we're just going to hit for 6. So down to 11. We have nothing to sacrifice. We do have a Bolt. A Galv Blasted basically to ensure that A, the board's clear, B, nothing can be glittered or out like that. That basically we can just keep attacking. Is the logic behind it. Unsure if that's the case or if it's the best way forward. Synth is fine. One, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the might's 4, 5. So if they have an Ornithopter here, they can play this Mare Enforcer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they need a land and a Thraben here. 1, 2, 3. I guess 1, 2. If the bounces play this, that's 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, still can't play this. So they don't have to bounce the Synth here, right? So I could bolt this now to basically make them choose a colour they have to tap it for before they play the Synth. But ultimately, I don't think that's what I want to be doing. So we can see with the bounce. So I can respond to this by basically bolting the Glinthawk, making them have to choose a colour before. But I don't think that's where I want to be. I don't think I want to be. So they revealed a Synth. So they can Synth again. Oh, they just win. We just win. Cool. So I think I'm going to follow Selka's thing, but I do believe that my first initial thoughts will be these, and then it'd probably be cut 3. That would be my first thought, but we will check the Goatman's cyber guide and get back. Well, and this is why I am not the goat. So the cut here is synth. Oh, I don't have 4. Is synth basically. Do I put in a pyroblast? So a red elemental blast, sorry, for hydros and things, because I expect hydros of some description. I think I'm on. Yeah, I think if I cut one of these and cut one of these and do this, got Thoughtcast and probably got some sort of interaction like hydros is where I'm thinking. They may have Crimson Acolyte, which then obviously we'll reassess. This is fine. It's a bit land heavy, obviously, but we do have the blood token to pitch a land. We do have a smash and a Galv Blast to kind of keep the board clear. So I am actually going to keep this because my game plan is going to be keeping their board clear. Obviously against things like bridges, it's less good, but we do want to try and have Galv Blast or something to smash things very, very quickly. So smashing something like this is probably reasonable. Another land's not where I want to be, but I'm going to play the Epicure. And then I'm going to look at attacking and then Galv Blast whatever they play here. 1, 2, 3. And then I'll smash the Springleaf Drum, I think. Smashing the Springleaf Drum seems great because it's a way that they get coloured sources, like they're off-coloured sources. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Green, blue, Wren's Resolve. Okay. Glintalk, Springleaf Drum. So they're going to play the Glintalk. Oh, actually, they'll probably just pass, right? Oh no, they are going to play it. I wonder what they... Okay. Yes. I'm assuming they're going to Thoughtcast here with their blue open. Actually, they can't, right? Oh, they're just going to play that. So I'm going to Galv Blast this. Keep that side of things clear. And then I'm going to smash their white source. Just keep the board clear and slow them down. And that maybe was aggressive. But ultimately... So I'm going to keep this mana open. 5 cards in hand. One of them, 6 cards now. One of them being a Springleaf Drum. So, Reckless Impulse. Okay. They might have another land here. They don't. They're Thoughtcasting to try and find another land here. Were they lucky enough? Did they find a Frogmite? They did find another land. Springleaf Drum? Or do they have a creature? They have a Glintalk. So they're going to Glintalk the Synth. I feel like to be greedy at Glintalk the Synth though, right? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. So they're just losing all that glitters. I'm going to pitch a land here because I want actual action. Okay. Bolt. So I'm going to bolt this. And then I'm going to cast this with Kicker. Hit for 6. Whee! And I'm going to play a land. And that leaves me a Lightning Bolt. I think that's probably the best thing to do here. So they're on 3. They're on 6, sorry. But we have a Lightning Bolt in hand and also attacking for 3. So it really does depend on what they get. Like, they're just getting their engine cards here, like the Borosy engine cards. Which is fine, obviously, if they get to stabilize, because they'll just bury us in card advantage that we won't be able to just keep up with. But at this moment in time, they're just durdling along. So we just need to hope that they don't find something like something like a Glintalk here. No, Springleaf Drum. So this is a Springleaf Drum that I knew about. Mirror Enforcer. 1, 2, 3. That's what I was going to say. A Mirror Enforcer. Hopefully they don't find a Mirror Enforcer and something to all that glitters it onto. So they die to quite a lot of things here. That included. So let's attack. Nice. We got there. See you guys for the 5th and final round. So we have a really interesting hand here. Where we're on the draw. We have a 1-lander. But we have a Experimental Synthesizer and a Tomb Raider. As weirdly enough, I think this hand's fine to keep. I would prefer not to overall. But we are on the draw. Is my reason why I'm thinking this. And we can Tomb Raider on 1. Synth on 2 to try and find a land. I ultimately think this is a reasonable hand. So we're against Mono Blue Fairies. So I'm going to do this. Play the 1-2. They're going to try and ninja. Yeah. Did I have the ninja? They do. They have the 1-mana ninja. I wonder if they do have a land or not. They do. Miscreant. Oh, they play the Fairy Seed this time. So they have a Miscreant hand. Okay. And they decided to Da 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 da. Bottom both. That's a good sign for us. So I am gonna synth here. Try and hopefully find a land. We don't find a land, which is brutal. We have got a slow-mo here that basically we now need a Kuldotha, hopefully find a land, and we're back to square one. They're gonna hit for 3. So this is just a race. Oh, they're not hitting with the 2. Okay. So they hit for 2. Are they exchanging? Okay. So they exchange ninjas. Keeps the draw going. They have 2 mana, so it's assuming they have spell stutter sprite. Land. So let's synth first. They'll spell stutter. We'll play a land called Kuldotha. I know we lose on the card because we played a land for the turn, but we gain 3/1/1s. But I can. So I attack first though. So I'm gonna attack first. I'm gonna play this synth. They're gonna spell stutter most likely. So they just hard counter. That's fine. And then we play Kuldotha on this experimental synthesizer. We do lose on a Galv Blast, whatever, but we have gained 3/1/1s, which is the main thing. Fairy Seer numero 2. So we can trade a Goblin here for a Moonstruck Hagger, which I will do if push comes to shove. But we will ultimately see. Probably going to attack and switch a ninja, which is fine. No issues there. Yeah, they're probably going to play the other Fairy Seer, I would imagine, with that extra 1 land. So if we draw a land here, interestingly enough... Oh, they have a land. Are they going to play Miscreant Fairy Seer? Leave 1 open. Interesting. So we found a land. So, weirdly enough, I'm going to play this land. And then I'm going to rebirth here. I don't know if this is weird. It reduces this. But overall... Might get force spiked. We don't. Kicker! Brian Barrow. Why would you do that before attacks? That's such a weird... Like, I haven't declared attackers yet, so now I'm just not going to attack with this. That seems super silly. Send him! And we're just going to basically now Bushwhacker now until the end of time. Yes, yes. Yes. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Yep. And now I have a Tomb Raider here for this... Tomb Raider for this Moonstrucker Hacker if I need to. 1 top, 1 bottom. Fairy Seer. So they're probably going to attack with the Brain Barrow and the Moonstrucker Hacker, right? I would imagine. Again, 1 top, 1 bottom. Interesting that they did this pre-combat as well. So yeah, I'm just basically going to try and do the same. Ra, do you have a spell stutter? Yes. Can't spell. Okay. So this gets to eat something, but then the others don't. So I'm just going to attack with all. So they block here probably. Because this trades here. This eats something, then they take 1. But they lose the board if that's the case. Otherwise, they're taking 4. Down 4. Yep. So they're taking 2 down 6. And get to eat basically 1 guy while keeping the other guy. Which is fine, I think, ultimately. So then they hit for 2. Probably ninja swap. Oh no, the ninja swap's happened, doesn't it? The other one's in the bin. Yep. This is fine. They have to discard. They discard a mutagenic. Of 1 mind, they pay 3 mana for it. So if we draw a land here, we can bit. Oh, they draw a land as well. Last card is Miscreant. So if we draw a land here, we can go Epicure, Bushwhacker, Kicked. So I'm just gonna Blast Runner here. And then I'm gonna Epicure. This makes this a 2/2, and I'll hit for 2. I think that seems to work out. So if they want a double block, I can kill the Brim Barrow. Which is fine. Or do I kill the Brim Barrow? I actually probably don't, right? I probably kill the Fairy. And the reason of that is this is a human. So they can't pay one, they don't get one for their Overmind. And it just they can't also fly in and ninja. So that there you go. So they've literally just exact reason there was that reason. So seems to have worked out. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to sacrifice this. Even if the spell stutter, it's obviously counter, but this still happens. So we are going to send all in. Right. And then we'll see what happens with this Bushwhacker. So that block's there. That block's there. They trade. They take 3 here. Go to 2. But that guy's still alive. So I am going to play this Bushwhacker. Just to play it out. They're on 2. They die to pretty much a lot of things in our deck. I'm assuming they are attacking. What could this one card be? I'm going to block this. I feel like Ninja here is what gets them out of it. So, we'll see. Yeah. So if we draw anything at all of relevance. So, I'm going to play this. And then pass. They're on 2. I don't want to trade the Blast Runner because there's too many cards that basically allow me to win that. Yeah. Like, so, I draw an Epicure, I draw a Sit, but I draw anything I can sacrifice. That Blast Runner is just infinitely better. Mountain is not it. So, staring competition. Unfortunately, the staring competition means they have a chance to gain cards. Yeah. And gaining cards is bad for us. Wow, this is bad. I'm going to play this land. And then I'm going to pass. Yeah. Spell stutter. So they've seen 0 spell stutter sprites in the top half of their deck, basically. Paying 3 for Overmind's also good for us, but they are on 4 cards now, with basically most likely going to play a land drop here, 4 mana open. Yeah. So this is ultimately going to be pretty hard for us to fight through with 0 cards, I would imagine. Attacking with that. So they're a reset, and they've already got 3 cards, and I'm not blocking here. If they want to reset a ninja or draw a discard, that's up to them. But they also only have, they don't have anything here like that is worthwhile. I don't think. Discard an island. 3 cards. Epicure. So this is gonna get spell stuttered, which is my problem. So do I just attack here? I think I attack. See what they do. They might play spell stutter here. Just block 1. Yeah, take 1, got 1. So they have used 1, 2, 3 counter spells, but they do have 4 spell stutters in their deck. I'm going to pass the turn. I think they're on 1. So in this scenario, I can basically rinse and repeat unless they're gonna. If they attack with both. Oh, they attack with 1. You've got 9, so they're gonna ninja this. 2 mana ninja. Straight up draw a card. They have a Brine Barrow Intruder, which then swaps the. Basically reduces the damage on one of these. Miscreant, sure. 3 cards in hand, 1 being a Brine Barrow. Actual relevance. So we're going to implement. We're going to play the implement. They're going to spell stutter this. Yep. Can't do anything about that. we're going to Epicure. They're going to hopefully not have another spell stutter. Let's go! Yeah, screw you, Faye! So, to me, the things that obviously make the most sense is this seems like a pretty poor matchup overall. So, we're going to bring all 8 of these in. And following the... So, they have a lot of sort of stuff. So, these kind of do very little by the looks of this. And 4 Bushwhackers seems to be what... And then 2 Chain Lightnings. I guess Sorcery Speed's pretty problematic. And yeah. I can't really see any issue with that that logic. We are not really an aggro deck as such. I don't... Whoa, do we keep this? On the draw, this is a risky hand, but I'm going to keep it. Just because of how good it is, I think. Very sure. So I'm just going to straight up Seal of Fire this. Just get rid of it now. Control the board. They're going to most likely pass. We're going to draw a land. Oh, let's go. And we are going to play this land. And we're going to play a Tomb Raider. No. We're going to play a... We have to get a Hydra out of their hands. So we will play an Epicure. They're going to probably... If they spell stutter... No, they don't spell stutter. That's good for us. So we're going to play another Epicure. We're going to be fine. If they're going to spell stutter here to their ninja, that's fine for a turn. So I'm ultimately okay with this. They do have a absolute millennial of Hydros. They usually have like 7. So we have to fight through those. But yeah, I think this is ultimately fine. I did board in the end, right? Yes. So are they attacking? They're not attacking. Okay. So Tomb Raider. Okay. I don't want to play this. I really don't want to. No, I think I just attack. I think I attack like this. Right. Double block. Single block. Okay. Sure. It's fine. Then I'm just gonna pass the turn. I have a bolt open, basically. They might look at like Hydro in here. I might just probably not actually. I was gonna say I might just look at sacrificing to pitch the implement. 3 cards in hand. Attack. So with this in declare attackers, before I move to blockers, I'm actually gonna bolt this. If they want to spell stutter, or counter this, then ninja, that's fine by me. I counter, and then they're gonna ninja here. Sure. This allows us to basically open up either to go aggro here, or kill this. So I'm gonna do. Which way around do I want to do this? So I can implement Kuldotha, which allows me to draw a card. But I actually think just getting Kuldotha plus Tomb Raider down is probably better. So we Kuldotha here. Then we Tomb Raider. And then I just attack. We're gonna hit for 4. So then we can play Implement and Tomb Raider. They have a spell stutter. They probably have some Matter Hydros. We will triple block if they attack. No attacks. Okay. Synth. So we're going to play Implement. See what they do. They do nothing. Do we want to double block? Double attack? Yeah. So let's send both the 2/2s in. Brian Barrow kind of makes sense. They get a free trade on one of these. That's fine. So they trade the Ninja of the Deep Hours with that. And then they'll probably trade a Moonsaga Hacker with the other one. That's fine. Cool. I will pop this to deal them 1. Try and find a land. We did find a land. I'll play my land. And I will pass, right? I think passing is probably the best thing. So they're on 12. If they attack with a ninja, we'll triple block. They don't. Reb. So we're going to lead on... So I have 2 cards in hand. So we're going to lead on Synth. They're going to probably spell stutter this. And we'll Reb. Reb. They've got 1 card left. And that is a Hydro. Right. So that's fine. Not the end of the world. But all their cards are out. All their cards are in the open. We did lose on Synth though. So I maybe should have started with a Tomb Raider. But... they've got no cards in hand. We've got no cards in hand. But they have a 1/1 flyer. So let's attack. I don't hate this attack. They can double block. They can just trade a ninja. They can just take 2. Okay. All fine. I think this should be fine overall. They've got 1 card in hand. So we can triple block the ninja here. They don't do it. Okay. Back for 2 again. The 3 gobos, just keeping them at bay. That's fine. This trade's not the end of the world. I just need to deal with this Brine Barrow, really. Obviously, the spell stutter is slightly annoying as well, but it is what it is. They're going to attack for 1, I'm assuming. Yeah. Oh, they attack for 2. So, I'm going to triple block this. Interesting to see what they have here that kind of makes that attack good. Ninja on that. They just really wanted to ninja. I guess they just wanted to return it to hand, I would assume. Ninja's okay. So they have 3 cards in hand. 2 cards in hand, one of them being a spell stutter sprite. This flooding's pretty bad. I would say flooding, obviously we drew 5 lands out of, you know, the top 16 cards of our deck, but do we just race this? Surely not. No, I don't think we can race this. I think we just accept this and just have staring competition with this ninja. They'll probably end of turn spell stutter sprite here. They don't. Okay. So 3 cards in hand. I guess I want some form of interaction. I will double block if they attack. Be pretty sad if they do have a Brine Barrow though. And they do get to control the board at this point. But I do think if we can get this ninja off the board, we do need to find, obviously, we need to draw really well, but we're at parity and there are 3 cards in hand and one of their cards is an actual card. Red Elemental Blast. Okay. So, I think if they do end a turn spell stutter, we will Reb this. Because we do just want to keep the board clear. To find another Hydro. That's a shame. That's a shame. Especially if their last card here is a ninja. Be a shame. Just really hope that they don't have a ninja here. Like, I don't mind getting pecked for 1. But I just don't want to get ninjured. Like, they don't play that spell stutter there if they don't have a ninja. Like, for sure. But ultimately, you know, the chances of them having a one-of ninja there, like the 1 ninja there in their last card in hand, is pretty painful. Like, they've seen now that's what, the 4th out of the 8th out of 8. So they're basically halfway through their ninjas. We're just gonna get ninja to death, I think, here. Yep. They're on 5 cards in hand, obviously, with a million bebs as well. So, just really awkward. Of 1 mind, sure. Like, them paying full price for it is not the worst, but yeah, we're just getting buried here. And then if we... Yeah, I think this game's over. Just gonna try and kill this, see what they do. If the spell still will... Yep. It just was not happening. Pretty unfortunate there. I don't think there's obviously anything else we can change. I think that was just a bit unfortunate. But we are in the play. We'll see how we go against this round. Okay. This is actually pretty good going. So we are going to play Great Furnace and Implement, and then pass. And then we're going to Kuldotha. We'd either Galv or Red back up, or both, depending on what they do here. They're doing nothing there. So we're going to play a land. We're going to Kuldotha this. They're going to Hydro this. We're going to Reb it. Get countered. A Galv Blast. So we've got 3 1/1s. We'll have 6 1/1s in a minute. We will attack. And I'll throw this land away for 3 goblins, right? My assumption is Spell Stutter Sprite 2, which obviously allows us to Galv Blast quite nicely. So that's fine. It comes in. That gets killed. 6 1/1s. Let's go. 3 mana for a Spire Golem. Okay. So we have a land. 2, 3. So I'm going to attack for 6 here. They're going to block 1. We'll Galv Blast it and end the festivities, I think. So they only eat 1 guy. You're down to 11. 2, 3, 4, yeah. We've got 5 cards down. We've got 5 1/1s, 2 lands, but we only have a Kuldotha. So if they can find an answer for all this, we are pretty boned. I'm very, very, very nervous. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Hit for 5. I'm really worried at what they've got here. So I'm going to do this. They'll probably Spell Stutter. Yeah. We don't have an artifact here to obviously press that, but it is what it is. There's a lot of cards there that like kind of punish them, but it is what it is. They have to try and stabilize the board somewhat. They die to a lot of things here. They're also a lot. I think they die to a lot of things, but they also get other things get enabled. Like this Kuldotha here. Yes. So like they die to end the festivities here. Like exactly end the festivities. Kills them. So I'm going to attack here. They're going to take 2 overall, right? So the block, 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 I'm assuming. Oh, they got 3. Okay. Interesting that they block those. So we'll play a Blast Runner. It was probably one of the weakest draws in our deck as well. Like, End the Festivities physically kills them. Synth, Great Furnace, Implement, Enable Kuldotha, which basically made us go even wider. Yeah, just a lot of that turn for them was very, very risky. But obviously, ultimately, it paid off somewhat. They're on 3. They currently only have 1 blocker, being this Spell Stutter Sprite. They need to find other blockers. So we're looking good. We're in good-ish shape. But this is very close. It's very to the wire. This could go very wrong very quickly. They have 7-ish blue and Mental Blast effects. They've got a Spell Stutter Sprite in hand. So they've got Spell Stutter Sprite plus 2 unknowns. Okay, so they've got Spell Stutter Sprite plus 1 unknown. 2 unknowns, yeah. Lightning Bolt. So they have to play the Spell Stutter, and then we have Bolt Face, right? Let's go! Woo! Booyah! How do you think I am doing learning Kuldotha? This deck is mental. Yeah. That's all I got. That is all I've got for you guys. This deck is crazy, and my biggest advice to you all is literally, if you're considering this deck at all, just go by Selka's Patreon sideboard guide. This is what I did. It works. It does well. Go for it. Obviously, I've made this video. I will be doing more videos on this deck, trying to fully understand it. I'll try changing to other other sort of stuff and things. We'll try, like, you know, maybe some impulses. We'll try a different sideboard or all that sort of stuff. Or I might even just keep playing this list until it gets bad. But, yeah. That's all I got for you guys. I will see you guys next time. Do not forget to like and subscribe. We are almost at 1,000 subs. Do not forget to check out my Patreon. I will probably end up doing a write-up on this deck, because this deck is mental. Wow. GG.